Hey guys, what's up? It's Destry. Welcome back to my greenhouse today. Today I'm going to be working in the yard planting up some summer blooming bulbs from Costco. So let me show you what bulbs I'm going to be planting, and we're going to get outside and get them in the ground. So when my husband asked what I'd like for Valentine's Day, usually he gets me a bouquet of cut flowers and maybe some candy. What I told him I'd really like are some different flowers. I said, hey, instead of getting me cut flowers this year, or maybe even like a potted plant, will you get me some like flowers I can grow? And so I said, hey, I think at Costco they have like those bulbs or whatever. Will you just I would like a bag of those. So instead of getting me one bag, he got me 4. So thanks, honey. That was a sweet surprise for Valentine's Day. So let me take you through the different varieties that he's picked up from Costco. So the first variety, which I actually have never grown, are freesias. It's hard to say with braces. These are, there's single blue, single red, single yellow, and it says that they bloom late summer. Let's see, 4 inches deep, 4 inches width apart, and they can get up to 12 inches high. And I think freesias are known for smelling really good, like having a good fragrance. So I'm excited to try those. He also got me some alliums. So there's only 3 in this bag. The freesias, there were 90 of them in here. There's only 3 alliums. Alliums are usually like a little bit of a bigger bloom. These say they bloom early summer, and 12 inches spacing and distance, 3 inches deep, and winter hardy in zones 4 through 8. The freesias were winter hardy, did it say? It did not say. Doesn't say on this one, so I'm not sure. Anyway, so a couple alliums, which I have grown before. And then these are calla lilies, or callas, it says. I guess it doesn't say lilies, but they're callas. There's 6 of them, gold crown and royal plum. Pretty colors on this one. Blooms in summer, 6 inch apart, 4 inch deep. Doesn't say much else about, whether I would assume they return. And most of these, just so you know, are not the kind of bulbs that you would plant. I think the alliums would be okay, but these are not the kind of bulbs that you plant in the fall for spring blooms. These are the kind you would plant now in the spring for summer blooms. So yeah, this one says bulbs should be planted after the risk of frost has passed. So some calla lilies. I'm excited to try those. I have some calla lilies in my yard, but I've never grown them from like a bulb. I've always just bought the plants, and they do return for me in zone 8B. And then the last one are liliums, which are basically just like a type of lily. These are Summer Explosion. So look how pretty these are, you guys. Would be so pretty for cut flowers. These bloom, it says late spring. So if I'm going to do them, I got to get them in the ground now. Hardy zones 4 through 9, and it says 6 inches deep. So these ones have to go a little deeper than the rest, 8 inches apart. So that is what I have, and I think what I'm going to do today is something a little different. I am going to take all of these bags, with the exception of the allium, since there's only 2, I kind of will know which ones those are, but I'm going to take the rest of these, I'm going to dump them all in a bucket, and I'm just going to mix them all up, and then I'm going to go out to one spot in my backyard and just kind of randomly stick them in the ground. I'm not going to put them in rows. I'm not going to pay too much attention as to what goes where. I'm just going to kind of dump them in a bucket and throw them in the ground and see what happens. So I will need to pay attention to these ones a little bit more, just because these need to go a little bit deeper than the other ones. So I want to be a little bit careful to know what they look like. I have like a little floral bucket here. So I'm just going to go ahead. Do I have any scissors? Oh, come on. I should definitely have scissors in here. Let me go see if I can find my scissors. I think I have some over here. And if not, I don't know what's wrong with me. Well, I might just have to use a pair of snips. All right, I found a pair of snips. Some of these have sometimes you can get the little thread and do them that way. I think once I start them, I can just rip them. There we go. so these are the lilies. Ooh, and these are packaged in, looks like some kind of sawdust. I'm just gonna go ahead and dump them in to this bucket. It's a really nice, like, sunny day out today. Ooh, might be getting sawdust everywhere. Okay, there's those. And there's one more bag, so those must be the 2 different colors. Does it say what color? No, it just says summer explosion mix. Oh, so these ones are just like a mix of colors. And these ones, put these in the ground. It's so warm in my greenhouse today. Let's see, it's 74 in my greenhouse today, so it's like so warm in here. It's been a nice day though. It's kind of a warm, sunny day. I was actually out in the yard earlier today, moving dirt around. Not the funnest activity. Whew! Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to go grab my shop vac again, because I know I got sawdust everywhere. So, here we go. That looks pretty good and healthy. Here's another one. This one's a little different. I'm gonna put gloves on before I handle them too much. Just because sometimes they're, I don't know, I can get a little sensitive to them. So these are the calla lilies. Let's see what those look like. So those were just the liliums, which are basically kind of like lily you would get in a cut flower arrangement, but these are the calla lilies. So this one says, yeah, so gold crown, and then royal plum, I think, is the other color. I'm just going to dump these in here. Before I do, though, let's just see if they look any different. Oh, yeah. So these are more of a, that's kind of interesting. That one's got a little bit of fungus on it. This one might look more like a rhizome or something. It says there was 3 of each. Okay. Not super exciting looking. But okay, okay. Get the other one. These are also in wood shavings. I need to check on my dahlia tubers that I took out earlier this spring. So these have a similar look to them. More like a tuber shape, kind of like a little flat. It almost reminds me of, oh, what are those other ones that are kind of flat like that? I'm blanking on the name. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and open up. These are the freesias. Ranunculus are like kind of flat like that. I tried growing ranunculus last year. Okay, so these ones are really small in comparison. So I think what I'm gonna do is maybe I'll just dump these back into this container so that I can kind of keep them separate from the bigger ones, just so they're not quite as messy, maybe with all that sawdust. But my plan, like I said, is just to kind of randomly do this, because I have one area in my yard where, I don't know, I don't have a lot going on, and it does get quite a bit of sun in the summer and early spring. So these are the single red. Is there 3 bags on here? Yeah, there are. So there's single red, single yellow, and single blue. So again, that's what these look like. They're really small little guys. Just dumping them back in here, and I'm gonna mix them up. Yeah, it looks like none of them are sprouted or anything. None of them show any signs of sprouting like the bigger ones did. Okay. And dealer's choice, what color you get. And then let's take a look at the alliums. I thought alliums were more of a, yeah, it says winter hardy, zones 4 through 8, early summer. I thought alliums were more of a fall planted. I wonder if these were kind of just left over at Costco, or I don't know. Tell me in the comments, what do you think? I planted most of my alliums. I've always planted them in the fall. So let's see what's going on here. Yeah, these are, check these out. These like have a lot of growth on them, it looks like. Look at that. Let's see what these are doing in here. This one has some dirt in it. So let's see. Oh yeah. This one, oh look at that. That's cool. They're like ready to go, man. They're like, put me in the ground. I wonder, oh, these are Allium Chivette. Chivettete. So maybe these are the more of the clumping kind of alliums that are more of the summer alliums. I think I'm thinking of the ones that are more like just one stalk and one bloom, but I think these are the kind that are like more like clumping. They smell like onions. They're from the onion family, so they definitely have like an oniony smell. But look at those. Those are going. Anyway, yeah, anything purple in the garden is beautiful. So I'm excited for those. So there's only 3 of those, and they'll be more of a clumping. Okay, so I've got all my bulbs ready to go. I think I'm gonna head out to the yard and set up and get going and throw these in the ground today. Let's get going. So this is the area I'm gonna be working in today, and it's pretty muddy through here right now. But I do have some ferns and some perennials here. You can see I have like a black mondo grass. My hellebores are looking amazing. They're doing so well. They're caged because of my dogs, but they're all blooming and looking really well, looking really pretty. That one's almost done. Anyway, I do have some other stuff in this area. These are Dusty Miller. I've got some pansies, but right in here, kind of by this bird bath, which needs cleaned. That tells you how much rain we get, how it like splashes up. But right up in there, this area does get a lot of sun, like on the front of this border. I think it gets enough sun for this kind of these kind of summer bulbs, and there's really nothing in the ground here. So usually I just pop some annuals in there, but I thought since I've got these bulbs, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get them planted up kind of in this area. I do have a couple perennials here, which I'm hoping will come back. I've got something here. I've got something there. I've got a fern here. So I got to be a little bit careful, but I think the majority of this area is pretty empty. So that's where I'm going to be working today. And then this is where I was working this morning. I'm moving the dirt that's in this garden bed, one wheelbarrow at a time, up into my new Vigo garden beds over there, up into my tall beds. So I've got to move all of this dirt because we're redesigning this space, and unfortunately these 2 garden beds are rotted out. And then my next item of business too is to move all of my garlic. So I have 3 different types of garlic in here, and unfortunately we're going to take this bed out as well. So I've got to uproot these and either move them into some pots is what I'm thinking. So I still need to get going on that task. But today I wanted to plant some color in the yard. So I've got all my bulbs here, and we're gonna get started. So I got all the garlic moved. I'll show you where I put it. This doesn't look like much, but this is where all my new bulbs went. And we've got some progress happening over here with our new garden beds, which are just in the beginning phases. We've got our Vigos, and then let me show you where I ended up putting the garlic. So I should have done this in the first place and just put them in some containers like this, but so I dug them all up, I replanted them. Hopefully I'm early enough where they'll be fine and they'll still produce. So I've got my Northern Whites. These are the Ichilin Red, and then on the other side of the yard is where I put the Music. It's called Music, and I had a little extra room and a bed over there. So this bed is going to go away, and this bed is going away. Like I said, I worked on it this morning, but it's so wet. Like the dirt is so heavy and wet. I mean, it's just mud to move it into the tall beds. It's taking some time, but we're just gonna take away at it. And then this is my only garlic that I pulled, and unfortunately it broke. So I lost one garlic clove out of all of that. So let me go show you where I put the other ones. Here is the garden bed that I filled up with the rest of the garlic. So this was all here, and this is the Shandong. It's kind of a funny name. It's the Shandong. Shandong. This is the Music that I re-put in here. Anyway, I've got some of my winter sowing. You guys, I was looking at this, and I've got some sprouts coming up. I don't know if my camera will focus on them, but I do have some sprouting taking place in my, ooh, look at this one. I've got a couple in there. It's too hard to see, but anyway. And then over here, I'm about ready to move both of these pots, actually all 4 of these, out to my front walk. I'm gonna remove what's there and do kind of a spring display with these, but look at, they're just about ready to pop. A couple more sunny days and we'll be good to go. And then over here, I didn't film it. Milo, no. I didn't film it, but I actually put all the potatoes that we did not eat. There was a lot of really tiny ones, so I just put them all back in here and covered them back up to, you know, redo for this year. But I've got more coming up here. I figured out these 3 are alliums. These are those really big alliums, and then I've got tulips and daffodils. These daffodils are just about ready, so I'll probably, I don't know if I'll put this one up front. I might enjoy this one up back, but I know that the 4 matching ones over there, I'm definitely going to put those out front as a kind of a spring display. And I also have my little Easter basket out there that looks so cute, so I'll show you that. I made it in a different video and I'll link that below, but let me go show you that real quick. Out here, I wanted to give you a quick tour of some spring color that's popping up. Oh, I love it so much. Got another one coming here. These are all daffodils and tulips, which are being protected by upside down tomato cages because I have 2 puppies. And let me show you over here. These are also being protected from running through puppies, but these are all tulips. And look at you guys, they're coming, they're pushing, they're gonna do stuff. Super excited. These are also being protected by an upside down table and a trellis because of puppies. These ones are all, I think these are more daffs. I think those are more daffodils. And then I don't know, I can't remember. I gotta look back at videos. Anyway, and here's some more daffodils. I believe those are daffodils. And then over here, I've got some daffodils and then some hyacinth that are coming, little baby hyacinths hanging out. There should be purple, I think is what they are, but there they come. I'm so excited. And then look at the daffodils are pushing, and then behind there I have another type of bulb behind the daffodils, so those are looking really good. And then I've got one other area over here. I'll kind of go over there quickly because these are the most impressive so far in the backyard. And they are behind my hydrangeas. And look at this, you guys. I have spring color back here. I'm so happy with them. Look how pretty they are. Oh, they look so good. They're so pretty back here. So I'm really happy with how that's looking. And yeah, they look good. All right, guys, well, that's going to be it for my video today. Thanks for hanging out with me while I planted some summer blooming bulbs in my yard today. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And if you need me, I'll be hanging out in my yard. I'll see you next time. Bye.